Hey guys, how's it going? Now I recently did a thorough camera comparison of the OnePlus Nord with the POCO X2 and it had some really interesting results. Now no spoilers here. If you haven't watched the video already, make sure to check it out from the link in the description box or from a card here. But yeah, the whole point is that comparison, while as good as it was, a lot of you guys wanted me to compare how Gcam would affect both the camera's performances. So that's what this video is all about. Hey guys, this is Varun from Guiding Tech and today I'll show you how you can easily install Gcam on both the POCO X2 and the OnePlus Nord and also see which phone performs better with Gcam installed on it. Let's get started. Kicking things off with daylight shots, we have quite a battle here. In most cases, the OnePlus Nord offers more color accurate results while the POCO X2 goes for a slightly warmer tone. The images are equally detailed on both the phones but slightly more on the OnePlus Nord. However, that's something that you notice when you pixel peep too much. Now I was curious to see how the HDR works on both the phones and safe to say it's pretty much the same on both the devices. I mean both the shots look quite similar in HDR processing. In fact, if you were to give me one shot, I'm not quite sure if I would be able to tell which device was it shot on because they both look so damn similar. The major difference in both the phones is mainly down to the color processing and I'm not gonna lie, they both look carbon copies of one another. Now some might prefer the slightly tuned and saturated photos of the POCO X2 while some might like the OnePlus Nord's closer to reality processing. Moving on to human shots, both the phones are once again quite neck to neck. However, if I had to choose, I think the POCO X2 is what I would pick of the two simply cause it's a tad bit sharper. Also, if you look at my t-shirt, POCO makes it look black, like it is actually black, while even the Gcam on OnePlus can't help with the added red tint. Now switching to the portrait mode and even the edge detection on the POCO X2 is far better than that of the OnePlus Nord. Yes, it's not perfect, but it's better than the Nord for sure in most aspects. Next up, we have selfies, and selfies are something that are once again quite neck to neck, but the only difference that I can notice here is the difference in the color tones. See, OnePlus once again goes for a very reddish finish of my skin, which is something that I've noticed on pretty much every Gcam port on every OnePlus device, while on the POCO X2 you still have a more natural color tone. So yeah, that is a good part. Now turning on the portrait mode and the edge detection on both the devices is pretty much the same, but one issue that I notice here is that the quality of the image is not up to the mark. I mean, the sharpness levels, they look decent when you look at it from a distance, but at 100% crop, you can see that the image is not at all sharp. So yeah, that is one defect and maybe there are different ports out there that can fix this, but for now, the ports that I am using, selfie portraits aren't looking good in them. Moving to low light photography, and this is where things start to get very interesting. See, in the normal mode, the POCO X2 lets in slightly more light and the shot looks better. However, with Google's night sight enabled, both the shots are pretty much at par. That said, OnePlus's red tint still spoils the show. Now even in this next shot, with abundance of light, POCO manages to get a more polished output, both with and without night sight. Also, POCO has the over-sharpening advantage in its favor as well, which is another plus. Now moving on to low-light selfies, and well, they're both bad at it. OnePlus's shot looks like an oil painting, while POCO's shot is full of noise and grains. There is a night sight mode here, but it can only do too much and both the shots still look bad. So, which phone is the winner here? Well, it's safe to say that the POCO X2 manages to give the OnePlus Nord a great fight and in fact even manages to outshine it in some of the instances. And that is a big plus because if you recall in my actual in-depth comparison of the stock cameras of both the devices, the OnePlus Nord was easily able to overcome the POCO X2's camera. With Gcam installed, not only does the POCO X2 come at level with the OnePlus Nord but even manages to beat it in some areas outrightly. And that is a big point which further illustrates my point that POCO X2 is still a much better value for money device as compared to the OnePlus Nord. Now how do you install Gcam on your devices? Well, the whole process is super easy. First, download the APK and the XML file from the links in the description box to your phone. Then create a new folder in the home called Gcam and then another folder inside it called configs7. Now place the XML file in here. Once you've done that, install the APK, launch it, and then double tap in the empty space next to the shutter button. Just load the config file, after which Gcam should restart and you're good to go. And well, that was it. If you like this video, make sure to let us know by giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel for more awesome tech content. Also, all of our comparisons here are unbiased, and in camera comparisons, we also give a direct download link to all the images untouched, free to download, and for you guys to analyze and give your own opinions in the comment section. So go ahead, download all the images and let me know your take on both the shots and whether you are in sync with my thoughts or do you have something different to offer. Till then, this is Varun from Guiding Tech, and I'll see you in the next one.